I'd like to call the November 1st, 2021 Common Council meeting to order. Pledge of Allegiance, Councilwoman Cutler.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I got caught up. I wasn't paying attention.
Roll call, Clerk Treasurer Parthune.
Councilwoman Cutler.
Present.
Councilwoman West.
Here.
Councilwoman Konechny. Councilman Frankie.
Present.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Present.
Councilman Vincent.
Present.
Councilman Galloway. 5 present, 2 absent.
Approval of minutes, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Petitions and comments of citizens. I do have one comment card here. Is there anybody else from the public that would like to speak? Brian Cager, if you could come to the microphone, state your name and address.
Brian Cager, 406 Neeson Street. Before you were mayor, Tom, I brought it to the city's attention that I hope during fall leaf pickup that, you know, like, there's like 1/100th of the leaves on the ground right now, and it's November 1st. So I hope to goodness we don't send trucks out anytime this week or next week driving around aimlessly looking for leaf piles that you can put in a milk crate. Like, because I brought it to the attention a couple years ago because literally it was like this time of year, and because it's scheduled, instead of scheduling more service work on the trucks and getting them more ready for winter, they sent out the trucks and front end loaders looking around for leaves. That's a waste of time, it's a waste of money, it's a waste of essentials that we do live in Laporte. You know, a month from now we could get hit by crazy snowstorm and then our trucks aren't ready. So I would hope regarding, as far as scheduling, they're not gonna send, like, I look, last year, November 2nd was the first leaf pickup, okay? There's no leaves on the ground yet. Don't send trucks out. Use the time wisely and send trucks out 2 weeks from now when maybe some leaves will be on the ground.
Thank you.
And from now till then, keep servicing trucks, you know, rework some schedules because it's pointless. It honestly is.
Well, per me, the street sweepers will still be out as long as possible,
Right.
you know, cleaning
Right.
the streets.
And, you know, and sadly, you know, if we wait 2 weeks, the leaves finally fall, and then that pushes back the second round of pickup. But if there's no leaves on the ground, we're just wasting diesel fuel driving around. Also, this is the probably umpteenth time that I've had a tenant try to have our trash people pick up stuff. I don't know if you guys ever tried having them pick up a large item. You have to call them, you have to send them a picture, and they're in Massachusetts, by the way, or wherever they are. And then they never come around and pick up stuff. I haven't had anybody successfully have RTS pick up a large item. And you literally have to send them a photo, like they don't know what a 3-cushion couch is. They have you send them a photo of a 3-cushion couch or a box spring, and then they give you a price, and then they never come around and pick it up.
We've inherited the garbage cleanup, and we've been on them pretty well. I would ask if you wouldn't mind calling RTS and sharing these concerns, or putting in an email that I can share with their leadership team about the constant struggles that we're having.
Can I ask a
I've literally
question?
had
Can I add
0
something?
people successfully, I mean, I only have a few rental units, but I've had 0 people successfully have them pick up anything.
Councilwoman Cutler.
I do believe also if the furniture isn't wrapped still with the COVID
Even
requirements.
last,
So were they wrapped? Okay, if they were wrapped,
Yes.
because that's still, I think, an ongoing requirement that it has to have plastic wrap. So possibly if they put something out and it wasn't picked up, it could have been because it wasn't wrapped?
the more, before today, just literally today, because I drove by, like, I have a dumpster he's gonna use. to throw the box spring in because they didn't pick it up. You know, I mean, but before today, the last more recent one was a hard wooden dining table and hard wooden chairs, and they wouldn't pick that up either. Literally took the time to photograph every chair, photograph the table, send it to them. They send back a price of X dollars and whatever else, and they never picked it up. So,
Other comments from council? Thank
But
you.
I read today, actually, the leaf cycle's delayed because it was the hottest October ever. So I think that's a great point. And, you know, I find myself every year rushing to try and get it done by the last
you know,
pickup.
and that's how it goes, because again, but this year's been extremely warm, you know, I mean, literally, like, I have a huge, huge tulip tree in my yard, and I don't have hardly any leaves on the ground yet, so, just, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dakota Euler, please come forward, state your name and address.
Dakota Euler, 301 Pine Lake Avenue, Laporte. I come to you today with 3 levels of concerns with myself. First, I'd like to start with congratulating you guys with all the great work that you're doing on the north side. Every day I wake up and it seems like something new is going on, and I just love to see all that great work going on over there. 2 points of concern with that area. Me living on Pine Lake Avenue, it's came to my concern again with Rockwood Street. I know I previously talked to the Traffic Commission, and I look forward to engaging with them further. Also with Polk Street. It's just a block away from the Rumley Park. It's been recently renovated, and the traffic down there has been getting pretty quick. I believe maybe a stop sign at Haviland and Polk, or somewhere in that area would be beneficial.
And Dakota Traffic Commission will be,
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow?
6 PM at the police station.
Oh, tomorrow.
If you, yeah, then we can discuss it then.
Absolutely.
And I know we have discussed Rockwood with you before, and Nick Minnick has been there with us, so.
Other than that, my only other thing is, as many of you know, I'm a general or assistant manager at Burger King in Laporte. We're getting excited for our location over on East Lincoln Way. Look, right now it's looking towards the beginning of December. We're going to be doing a flag raising ceremony. So I look for support from the mayor's office, those on the council, and various departments for that flag raising ceremony. It's sure going to be a hit, and we do a lot to help with the community. Pop Warner, Toys for Tots right now, also the VFW, and many other agencies that need, so.
also make sure you mention Chief Breton out here about Rockwood and Polk Street.
Absolutely.
Get in his ear.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Dakota.
Thank you. Thanks,
Any other
Dakota.
comments from the public? Hearing none, we will now move to standing committee reports. Councilwoman West.
The fire merit meeting will be this Wednesday, November 3rd at 6:30 at the fire station on 18th Street.
Councilwoman Cutler.
Okay, the bid board, they met, but they didn't have quorum, so a lot of decisions weren't made, but I did want to mention that, to the point of leaf pickup, they discussed that they're going to extend the leaf pickup in the downtown because a few years ago, leaves fell and snow fell, and then the snow melted, and then they picked up. So they're going to extend that with Moorfield Properties, and they'll do that as an ad-need basis for the downtown in the bid district. So the other thing is the UEA. At the Urban Enterprise Association Board meeting in October, the annual budget planning session was discussed, and a meeting date has been scheduled for Wednesday, November 10th at 2:45 p.m. Also discussed was the upcoming legislative decision on business personal property tax in Indiana and the effect it may have on the UEA. The regular meeting of the UEA will be at 4 o'clock following the budget meeting, and again, that's November 10th. It moves up 1 week. And that's it.
Councilman Vincent.
Nothing to report this evening.
Councilwoman Ficus.
Park Board met on Wednesday, October 20th. Karen Ellison was recognized for her book Parker at the Parks that is currently in print at Hawkins. Children at all the elementary schools, kindergarten through 2nd grade, will get a copy of the book. The improvements at Kiwanis Teledine Park were wrapped up last week by DFM. There's still some minor improvements consisting of adding like native plantings and clearing up around the bowl that still need to be addressed. Big Comedy sponsored an outdoor musical instrument to honor Amanda Sorg, and approval was given to potentially place the instrument near the kayak launch at Stone Lake Beach. Using the monies appropriated through the ARP funds, Beechwood put out golf course equipment quotes, and they got 4 back. They will be going with Rebels Turf and Tractor to purchase their new equipment. A request was again granted to solicit T-shirt bids for the upcoming 2020 season. And then incorporating the amazing talent from Duneland Media, the Civic Auditorium now has a brand-new logo that was unanimously approved by the board, and the Civic also signed with Duneland Media to update their website. And then, like I said before, Traffic Commission will meet tomorrow, 6 PM at the police station. And this is the new logo.
Councilman Frankie.
The redevelopment commission met on last Wednesday, the 27th, and claims were passed. The Don George Ford property demolition bid was selected, and a contractor should be demolishing that building soon, which is great. They accepted a resolution to transfer property from the city to the redevelopment commission, so Burt Cook can sell that for top dollar. And a resolution to expand the municipal Riverfront liquor license district was passed, which we'll be discussing later today. Flaherty and Collins Phase 2 was discussed, and real estate leasing appraisal with Baker Tilly was also passed. The Diversity and Inclusion Committee met Thursday, the 28th, and there was some great conversation, really on all sorts of topics. They're also discussing possibly inviting a high school senior to join the commission, which I'm sure you'll hear more about, Mayor. And they will discuss that internally and then get forward with their recommendation for that. School board meets next Monday, 6 PM at Boston.
Thank you. Councilwoman Ficus, public hearing and introduction of an additional appropriation.
Your Honor, I move to introduce an ordinance read for the first time in its entirety.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Councilwoman Ficus.
Additional appropriation for Park and Recreation Fund 216. Whereas it has been determined that it is now necessary to appropriate more money than was appropriated in the annual budget. Now therefore, Section 1, be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Laporte, Laporte County, Indiana, that for the expenses of the taxing unit, the following additional sums of money are hereby appropriated out of the fund named and for the purposes specified, subject to the laws governing the same. Park and Recreation Fund. Park salaries, 216-803-111, amount requested $26,000, amount approved $26,000. Park Indiana Public Retirement System, 216-803-121, amount requested $2,000, amount approved $2,000. Park FICA/Medicare, 216-803-122, amount requested $2,000, amount approved $2,000.
Council discussion? Clerk Treasurer Parthone.
Sure. These funds were the funds for a position that was inadvertently left out of the 2021 park budget. I advised Superintendent Mark Schreiber to wait until year end to see where we ended up, and we ended up not needing the full amount for the entire position. He had some savings throughout the year, but this will get us through 2021.
We'll now open any comments from the public with a public hearing. Public hearing is now open. Is there anybody from the public that would like to comment on this? Anybody from the public?
We do have notice of.
Yep. Notice was published on October 22nd.
In
The Laporte Herald-Dispatch.
any public comment? Hearing none, I will now close the public hearing, and this will move to the next meeting in November, on November 16th,
It's great to ask. 15th.
15th. Councilman Frankie, introduction of a resolution.
Your Honor, I move to introduce a resolution read in its entirety for the first time.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion? And this is something that needs to be read throughout.
This is short, yep, yes.
Councilman, or all those in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Councilman Frankie.
Resolution of the Common Council of Laporte, Indiana to amend a municipal riverfront development project. Whereas the Common Council, after due consideration, wishes to amend and replace Resolution 20-2019 of the City of Laporte, Indiana. Whereas Indiana Code, Section 7.1-3-20, the Act authorizes the legislative body of a city or town within the state of Indiana to designate and establish the boundaries of a municipal riverfront development project within its territorial boundaries. And whereas Section 16 of the Act allows the Indiana Alcohol and Tobacco Commission to issue a three-way, two-way, or one-way non-transferable permit to sell alcoholic beverages for on-premises consumption only to an applicant who is the proprietor, as owner or leasee, or both, of a restaurant within a municipal riverfront development project funded in part with state and city money without regard to any permit quotas as required by Indiana Code Section 7.1-3-22, all in furtherance of economic development. And whereas Section 16 of the Act allows permits to be located within economic development areas, and the City of LaPorte has 4 economic development areas known as the LaPorte Town Square Economic Development Area, LaPorte Central Business Redevelopment Area, Thomas Rose Industrial Park Economic Development Area, and the Eastgate Economic Development Area. Whereas city and state money have been or will be invested in the project area for the purpose of revitalizing, redeveloping, and encouraging economic growth and development. And whereas on October 27th, 2021, the Redevelopment Commission, the Commission, adopted Resolution Number 10-2021 recommending the amendment of a municipal riverfront development project to encourage economic growth and development in the project area, along with local rules governing the issuance and renewal of applications for any permit authorized pursuant to the terms of this resolution. Whereas the Act authorizes the municipal riverfront development project to have boundaries of up to 3,000 or 6 city blocks, 3,000 feet, or 6 city blocks from the river, and whereas Indiana Code 14-29-6-3 defines a river as any flowing body of water and adjacent land or part of the body of water and adjacent land. And whereas Pine Lake, Stone Lake, Hennessy Lake, and Lily Lake are connected by a continuous hydraulic connection through the Lily Channel. Whereas a lake drain is located in Lily Lake that moderates lake levels for Pine Lake, Stone Lake, Hennessy Lake, and Lily Lake through the Lily Channel. Whereas the city designates the Lily Channel and the adjacent and connected bodies of water as river for purposes of the municipal riverfront development project. Whereas the commission has determined that the boundaries of the municipal riverfront development project should be as identified on Exhibit A, attached hereto and incorporated herein by reference. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of LaPorte that, number 1, the river shall be defined as the Lily Channel and connected and adjacent bodies of water, including Pine Lake, Stone Lake, Hennessy Lake, and Lily Lake. Number 2, the area identified as the Municipal Riverfront Development Project on Exhibit A is hereby designated a Municipal Riverfront Development Project pursuant to Indiana Code 7.1-3-20-16 and 16.1. Number 3, the City of LaPorte Alcoholic Beverage Review Committee is established to recommend to the LaPorte Common Council and the mayor of the City of LaPorte applications for liquor licenses they believe will strengthen the economic vitality of the municipal riverfront district and the entire community. Number 4, the City of LaPorte Alcoholic Beverage Review Committee will serve as an advisory body to the City Council and the mayor of the City of LaPorte, city administrator, and shall be authorized to adopt local rules to govern the application, issuance, and renewal of any permit issued pursuant to the terms of this resolution. Number 5, the LBRC shall consist of 5 total members, which include 2 permanent members and 3 appointed members serving 1-year terms as follows. Police Chief of the City of LaPorte or designee, permanent. President of LaPorte Tavern Association or designee, permanent. Appointee of the LaPorte Redevelopment Commission, 1-year term. Appointee of the LaPorte Common Council, 1-year term. Appointee by the mayor of the City of LaPorte, 1-year term. This resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after adoption and shall be forwarded to the Indiana Alcohol and Tobacco Commission for their approval. End of resolution.
Council discussion? Bert Cook, would you like to explain this resolution?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Bert Cook, Executive Director of the Laporte Economic Advancement Partnership. I won't belabor the point here. It wasn't long ago that I stood in front of the council when we enacted the resolution that set up our Riverfront District. At that time, and through discussions that we've had since then, it's always been our desire to expand the boundaries of that, specifically to encompass our downtown, as that is the area that probably has the greatest need and that we see the greatest amount of interest for use of the program. I appreciate Councilman Frankie championing this cause. I'll just remind everyone that these licenses are non-transferable. They're for restaurants, not bars, which I think is probably the most important part of this. And we have had success with this. Now, in the year and a half that the program has been active, we've done one permit for a restaurant that's located in the Pine Lake Shopping Center, and I think by expanding these boundaries as we're allowed to do, I think we'll have a great interest from other potential restaurants who are looking to open in our community but maybe have found their liquor licenses as to be a barrier at this point. So I know we've got a series of restaurants in our downtown area that are eagerly awaiting the expansion of these boundaries in the hopes that they can apply and be granted the licenses through the program. Happy to answer any questions if you have any, or Nick Otis and I have worked together on this, so I'm sure if you have legal questions, he'd be willing to answer those as well.
And just another point add-on, being in the legislature when we did this for, I believe it was Valparaiso, and it was Speedway, and it might have been Carmel. I mean, it helps current business as well. This isn't just for new business. The more options, the more people are drawn to our downtown, and they've all been very successful, the communities that have incorporated this as a part of their future plan.
Yeah, to give the mayor some credit, and I appreciate the fact that when we first considered this, we spent a good deal of time approaching some of the other communities that have enacted this legislation to kind of see what those results have been, and to kind of echo that, everyone that we went to said, the program was huge for their growth, and many of the businesses that were in those districts couldn't speak more highly of the fact that their business actually boomed, even if they had a traditional license in that area.
Questions for Mr. Cook?
No, but I will say I've heard from several, both existing and a couple new restaurants that are coming in, and they're really excited about this, and I think it's a win-win.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there any, because this is a resolution, would there be anybody from the public that would like to speak on this item? Hearing none, this is a resolution, so we'll take a.
No, it can be passed tonight.
So
I'd make a
do I have a
motion.
motion?
I'd make a motion to adopt the resolution.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Discussion?
Just real quick, we contacted the Alcohol and Tobacco Commission. They have broadly interpreted the purpose of the Riverfront liquor license. And in fact, we've called down there multiple times, and they said we are the only community that's actually making sure that it complies with the statute. So we feel very comfortable that this is appropriate. And as Bert said, as Councilman Frankie said, there's a couple that are just outside the current boundaries that are interested, a couple restaurants. So we're excited about this.
So I do have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Other business? Comments from the council?
The comments here.
Oh, we do have one comment, yes, social media.
Yep, on our Facebook stream, we have a question for Ms. Snyder. Has the city addressed the juvenile crime around the Civic Center?
And with Chief Breton here, and he and I have had conversation. Come on up. And we hope people are holding the parents
Right.
accountable as well versus the police.
Is this specific to last night?
I assume.
Yes.
I have to assume so, yeah.
I guess I have to stress there were no dispatches to that call whatsoever. The only way the officers knew about it, one of the off-duty officers actually saw it on social media, and he called them. They went out there and they said there were so many kids everywhere. We know there's a problem, but we're at the mercy of the juvenile justice system as well.
And Chief, when people have these concerns, they can call, what's the best number to call 24/7?
362-6205. That
That's
goes
what
right
we-
to, goes right to dispatch.
It's important to know people have to call police,
Right.
not go on social
Right.
media, but call the police department.
And I spoke with the afternoon shift supervisor, the same one on tonight, and he said that's the only way they knew about it, was another officer seeing the social media post. Can't help if we're not called there.
And
I
know
can-
where your kids are after dark.
Right.
I can tell you if you call these guys, they're there like that.
Tested it today.
Any questions for Chief? Thank you.
Okay.
Other business?
I'd like to congratulate Councilwoman West and the Play for Jake Foundation on a very successful Bolt for Heart yesterday. Was that yesterday?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, we had a great turnout, over 400 participants, our law officers, our EMS, fire, we're all out there. The mayor was there, and it was a fabulous turnout. So next year, we're going for 500 participants.
Yes.
That's what we're hoping for, so it's great.
Great
Thank you.
leadership by Julie and everybody involved.
That's good, thanks.
Other business? Hearing none. In honor, we wish Mr. Galloway well. So in his honor, would someone like to have the opportunity to adjourn this meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Have a motion and a second. Discussion. Hearing none. All in favor, state by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.